He did the unthinkable. James Acaster told his audience to heckle him. On purpose. What happened next wasn't just unpredictable. It was completely chaotic, but that's exactly what he wanted. This wasn't a meltdown. It was a strategy. The same strategy that once got him fired for dressing like Kurt Cobain, landed him in hot water for making Trump jokes on live TV, and sparked rumors that he might be joining the UK version of Saturday Night Live. James Acaster doesn't just break the rules, he rewrites them, and what's hiding behind the laughs might be even stranger than his punchlines. Most comedians try to silence hecklers. James Acaster, he puts out the welcome mat. His latest special, Hecklers Welcome, flips stand-up on its head, encouraging chaos from the crowd while he stands calmly in the storm. It's not a gimmick, it's a test, a challenge to himself, a dare to the audience, and strangely enough, it works. Instead of falling apart, his act gets sharper, more tense, more unpredictable, because for Acaster, comedy isn't about control. It's about confronting discomfort and twisting it into something unforgettable. But that fearless attitude didn't start on stage. It actually began in one of the weirdest jobs he's ever had. Before he was filling theaters, James Acaster was serving milkshakes while dressed as Kurt Cobain. Seriously, he worked at a 1950s themed diner where every server had to stay in character. Think Buddy Holly, Elvis, Marilyn Monroe. But Acaster had other ideas. He showed up in full grunge gear, refusing to break character. Customers were confused. Management was furious. But Acaster, he was committed. They warned him, no more Kurt Cobain. So the next day, he came back as Dave Grohl. He didn't just break the rules, he doubled down. And just like that, he was out, fired for refusing to conform and loving every second of it. That rebellious streak followed him into comedy, and during a recent US appearance, it nearly got him into real trouble. On live TV, James Acaster did something comedians usually avoid. He brought up Trump, kind of. Just before the conversation could even turn political, Acaster cut in. Did they tell you? Don't ask me about Trump today. He joked that his visa was expiring, and he wasn't about to risk it. The room laughed, nervously. Then he dropped the real punch. Full disclosure, I think he's a bleep piece of bleep. A line that was censored on air and left the host speechless. Acaster wasn't just being edgy, he was walking the tightrope between free speech and real-life consequences. Live on American television. But if you think that was bold, wait until you hear what he said about one of the biggest names in late-night comedy. With a British version of Saturday Night Live in the works, fans immediately started asking, will James Acaster be part of it? The idea isn't far-fetched. His offbeat timing and fearless energy feel made for sketch comedy. But when the topic came up, Acaster didn't campaign for a spot. Instead, he threw shade at John Oliver. According to James, Oliver once tried to launch his own SNL-style show in the UK back in the 90s. And it tanked. Acaster claimed it was called Last Saturday Night This Evening Live, featured Oliver in every role, and only lasted 2 episodes. One aired on a Saturday, the other a random Wednesday, because Oliver got too nervous to go live again. Was he joking, half joking, completely trolling? No one's quite sure, but the message was clear. Acaster doesn't chase mainstream validation, he mocks it, and that rebellious attitude has made him more unpredictable and more popular than ever. But while he laughs at American TV, there's still a part of the UK he deeply misses. Even as he wins over American audiences, James Acaster hasn't let go of his roots. What does he miss most about the UK? His dry cleaner, not because of their service, but because of their name. Dear Dry Cleaner, not Doctor, just DR. A tiny thing, but to Acaster, it was hilarious. A daily little joke only he seemed to get. And now, halfway across the world, he's still thinking about it. But his UK pride doesn't stop at laundry. During a conversation about the 4th of July, which he jokingly renamed No King's Day, Acaster poked fun at the very idea of monarchy. In Britain, he said, they've still got a king, he just can't do anything. We talk trash about him all the time. He can't stop us. Then, with perfect timing, Acaster added, your mom's dead. And when the crowd cringed, he just smiled, because that wasn't even the harshest punchline he had in store. James Acaster knows exactly where the line is, and he dances on it. After casually mentioning the Queen's death, he escalated with a jab that made the whole room flinch. Your brother's a pedophile, he said, referring to Prince Andrew, then paused, smirked, and corrected himself. Sorry, pedophile. The pronunciation, he joked, was the real problem for the American crowd. He followed it up with a soft, allegedly, almost as an afterthought. But that moment said everything. Acaster's comedy is full of these tightrope walks, where what's not said hits just as hard as what is. He plays with discomfort, he challenges the unspoken rules, and somehow he gets away with it, because beneath the sarcasm and stabs, there's always a wink, a sense that the joke isn't just about the subject, it's about the way we react to it. And if you thought no one was safe from Acaster's fire, wait until you see what he said about the host of the show he was on. Most guests thank the host. James Acaster roasts them. After joking his way through controversy, hecklers, and fake sketch shows, he turned his attention to Seth Meyers, the guy interviewing him. When the crowd erupted in applause for Acaster, but stayed silent for Seth, James didn't miss a beat. "This is your show," he said, grinning. "They should have been on that." And just when you thought it was over, he ended with a dagger, wrapped in charm. "I'd love to come back again soon," he said. "And I hope by then your audience is bigger fans of you." It was brutal, it was hilarious, and it was pure Acaster, taking total control of the room, flipping expectations, and somehow making it all look effortless. James Acaster isn't your typical comedian. He's a rule breaker, a risk taker, and a master of turning chaos into comedy gold. From inviting hecklers to firefighting over 1950s diner dress codes, from risky political jokes to mocking late-night legends, Acaster lives on the edge of unpredictability. His stories reveal a fearless spirit that challenges not just audiences, but the very idea of what stand-up can be. So the next time you watch him on stage, remember, behind every joke lies a calculated rebellion. And that wild, messy energy, that might just be the secret to his success. What do you think? Is James Acaster the comedy genius we didn't know we needed? Or just a lovable troublemaker? Either way, he's impossible to ignore.